Can a business owner deduct daily meals as expenses? In what cases can meal costs be deducted in a company? In today's episode, we will find out. Stay with us.
Welcome to the Business Lessons in Denmark podcast. I'm Rezső Almási, and I'll be talking with Kati Balog, the owner of the accounting firm Cool Accounts ApS. Hi, Kati.
Hi, Rezső.
Guess what? I didn't bring any topic for today's episode.
Oh no, really? You haven't encountered any problems at all this week?
No.
Not even a tiny question?
Believe it or not, I haven't. Everything is running smoothly like a clockwork in Switzerland.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's good that I brought a topic then.
Oh, really? And what is it?
There is a question that clients bring up from time to time. And I think it would be good to talk about it today. And the question is, can a business owner deduct food expenses in their company?
A good question. You mean daily meals? It's interesting question. I would like to hear the answer too.
Yes. Okay, so let's make it clear very quickly. No, you may not deduct food expenses. As a sole proprietor, it's not possible to deduct your own meals because your meals are considered personal needs, making them private expenses. Similarly, if you own a one-person APS, a limited liability company, you can't deduct your meal expenses in your company either.
Yeah, that makes sense, even if it's not good news. Okay. But how is it possible that in many companies, employees get lunch at their workplace? I've often seen entire floors set up as staff dining areas in larger companies.
Well, it is possible for employers to provide tax-free daily meals at work to their employees. If the employees pay themselves something for the lunch and the food isn't a luxury category, then it is allowed.
I see. So this reminds me of a previous episode where we talk about deducting massage expenses. I see some similarity between the two regulations, as massages can also be provided by employers to their employees.
Yes, the rules are similar, as both can be treated as benefits that make the company an attractive workplace and also encourage employee loyalty.
I see. So there's a difference between a sole proprietor owned meals and providing meals for employees.
Exactly. Yes.
Speaking of which, in one of our earlier episodes, we talk about the possibility of deducting your own meal expenses during business trips, but only if the trip exceeds 24 hours and is it for business purposes. That's an exception, right?
That's right. But there are other exceptions too. For example, if you take a client or business partner out for a business lunch, then you can deduct 25% of this as an expense, which means that part of your own consumption can be deducted as well.
So the key is to distinguish between everyday meals and business-related meals.
Exactly. By the way, if you have employees, there are other situations where meal expenses can be deducted, like when you hold a meeting for the team and buy some snacks, sandwiches, or something similar.
That sounds good. And if I understand correctly, the focus is on the team, the employees, right?
Yes.
It's not about the company leader buying caviar and champagne as snacks for themselves in the office, like a wolf of Wall Street?
Wall Street. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Another exception is if an unexpected overtime catches your employees unprepared and you order them pizza or something similar.
Really? You can deduct that?
Yeah, that's possible, yes.
But I also work overtime sometimes. Does the same rule not apply to me?
Unfortunately not. If you, as a sole proprietor, have to work overtime and order a pizza for yourself, that can't be deducted as an expense.
Yeah, of course, my question was a rhetorical question, but what a shame.
Yeah, I understand. But there is one more thing you can deduct as an expense, the annual Christmas dinner, which is called julefrokost in Denmark, which is a big tradition here.
I almost don't dare ask, but if I, as a sole proprietor, hold a Christmas dinner for myself and invite my wife, can I deduct that as an expense?
No, unfortunately not. Again, the rule allows you to organize a Christmas dinner if you have employees, and that can be deducted as an expense in your company, but not for you yourself as a sole proprietor.
What a pity. It would have been nice. Anyway, Kati, thanks for clarifying this topic. So the moral of the story is that daily meals are personal expenses and cannot be deducted in your company.
That's correct. And you are welcome, Rezső. And just to summarize it, there are certain cases where meals can be considered business related, like during business trips over 24 hours or business lunches and dinners, but otherwise meals are private expenses. If you have employees, there are specific cases where you can provide meals for them, but it's clearly defined when that's allowed.
I will definitely keep an eye on these rules. Dear listeners, thank you for your attention today and see you next week. Today's episode was sponsored by Cool Accounts ApS. If you don't want to struggle alone with your business finances and taxes, contact us through our website www.accounts.cool. And don't forget to subscribe and follow our Facebook page for useful and up-to-date information. We wish you a successful week.